Sit rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
So in the topical background of the video, I'm Strange Wang, he is Nate. We've done the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s of comedy brackets. We gotta do the 2010s. So, Nate Areno, get into it.
So, first up, we have the Grand Budapest Hotel versus 21 Jump Street.
We talked about this in the 70s on one of the movies.
Yeah.
Comedy, Grand Budapest, meh.
It's definitely...
But it's witty.
It's definitely like...
Witty's a special type of humor.
It's definitely a subgenre of the film. Like, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
It has a ton of comedic elements. However, 21 Jump Street is a comedy,
yeah.
And it is a comedy's bracket. This is probably one of the only scenarios where I will ever not pick Grand Budapest for something. But I also happen to love 21 Jump Street, and I think it's pretty damn funny. So, you're in agreement, I assume.
Yeah. Grand Budapest is funny, it's witty funny, but comedic-wise, 21.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World versus Hot Tub Time Machine.
Let me get Scott. That's like meta teen funny.
Yeah, I dig it.
And Hot Tub is
FX
funny.
I had to think about it for a sec because Hot Tub is, I guess, more of a pure comedy, but Scott Pilgrim is very funny, and it's just like there's never really like a major focus on the comedy. The comedy is just like splashed in almost every scene. So I think the way you described it is a pretty good way to describe it. But next up, we got Easy A versus 22 Jump Street.
So far, this is the hardest one, and we just got into it, so that's not saying much. Easy A is hilarious. I love a good rom-com, and it has those elements with it. 22 Jump Street is the funnier movie.
Yeah, I agree. And I also really like 22 Jump Street.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't really want a third one, and as far as I know, they're not making one.
You can't.
But like, to have, so it's not even technically, I guess it's part of a franchise since the TV show existed, but like...
TV show is canon.
For there to be, like, back-to-back comedies in the same, like, a direct sequel, and me think that both of them are freaking hilarious is just so rare these days. And so for that, I have a very special appreciation for the Jump Street movies. Game Night versus The World's End.
The worst out of the Cornetto trilogy.
Agreed.
Game Night. I'm a big game person.
Yeah.
He's seen me get super pissed off while playing Monopoly. He's seen me scream while playing Uno. So I get really into games, board games, card games. So to me, Game Night just spoke to me. And I find that film super fucking funny as well. So to me, it's Game Night with ease.
I agree.
The greatest of ease.
MacGruber versus Deadpool.
This is a good matchup.
It actually is.
I shuffled because whatever reason there wasn't a bracket for this, I had to make it.
Yeah.
And I shuffled it so it would be random. That is good. Because they're both kind of action movies. Deadpool is funnier than MacGruber. MacGruber is not a funny movie.
Agreed.
As someone who loves 80s action movies, that movie sucks on wash, construction, like worked overtime toes. Like, fuck that movie.
In steel-toe boots for 12 and a half hours.
And the guy forgot to wear socks that day, so he's just raw dogging it. Those are the toes.
He also was
sucks.
Probably really sore. Yeah, the first Deadpool is really funny. And that's an easy pick for me. Popstar Never Stop Stopping versus Ted.
Popstar is not funny.
Right.
I know a lot of people really love that movie.
Yeah.
Don't get it. Don't like it. Stupid. It's not funny. Ted has many funny moments.
Right.
With a mediocre story.
Yeah. I like Ted. But, like, that's it. Like, I like Ted.
Ted's a background movie. It's a great background movie.
Yeah. And I definitely think it gets the nod over Popstar.
Like, I'm glad I paid attention to it once and watched it all the way through. But after that, it was like, oh, I need to see this again.
Yeah. Lady Bird versus Good Boys.
Lady Bird
is not a comedy.
But it is a comedy.
It is not a comedy.
You know why it's a comedy? Because it was on Watch Mojo's Top 10 and I need another movie. And they made good points. that the comedy's peppered in. It's wittedly funny.
Right. But if you have to say the comedy is peppered in...
Well, I need another goddamn movie, Nate.
That's fine. I've never even seen Good Boys, but it's my pick. Because...
Yeah, Good Boys is middle school super bad. But it's better than super bad, I think.
Well, it's from the guys who brought you Superbad.
I know.
So, but they also brought you Sausage Party.
You can't win them all.
I love Lady Bird, to be clear. It's just...
Lady Bird has really funny moments in it, though.
Yeah, it does. She freaking jumps out of a car.
Yeah. The fucking dress scene's hilarious.
The dress scene is hilarious. But also sad. 21 Jump Street versus Scott Pilgrim.
What's sad about it?
Wait, you're talking about when she's in Goodwill trying on the dresses?
Yeah, when they're looking for dresses and they're arguing and her mom's like, ooh, what about this one? And they completely stop arguing and agree how cute this dress is.
Yeah, well,
It's just hilarious.
Right, but that also has a lot to say about her fucked up relationship with her mom. And, like... Yeah, I'm not surprised that you were not paying attention to that part of the movie. But...
Phooey.
I love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'm super stoked for they're like making an actual anime out of Scott Pilgrim. Out of all of the anime to live action or live action to anime things you could do, this is the only movie you should be doing that with. I have such high hopes for it. And it has the original cast as the voice actors. But 21 Jump Street's way funnier.
I concur.
22 Jump Street versus Game Night.
Bias. I'm going Game Night. I love that. Like,
What would you say non-biased?
probably 22. Motherfucker. Actually, I see the problem. Click out of that.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Jesus. Like, I'm not going to say 22 is a better movie. It has more comedy elements in it.
Yeah.
But these are both, to me personally, non-biased. I'm going to say they're both in the 90s, low 90s.
Sure.
Those are two great fucking movies. But brackets, there's a little bit of bias in brackets.
I'm not mad about your bias.
So I'm going Game Night. I'm sticking with it. Game
Right.
Night. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I will go on record. If 22 would have won, 22 Jump Street is better than 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, I agree. I love 22 Jump Street. This is actually another decent matchup because it just has some similar comedy style. But
Yeah.
Deadpool versus Ted.
See, I'm going based on impact.
Yeah.
Ted, that Thunder Buddy song, was huge. Everyone was talking about Ted for that year.
That's true.
But Deadpool, people were talking about that movie for the next 2 years.
Right. I think the answer is Deadpool. I probably like Ted a little more than your average person, but
I would agree.
I think it's Deadpool. 21 Jump Street versus Game Night.
Game Night.
No, I'm still doing it again.
Favorite scissors, shoot. Shoot. The one time I didn't go rock. Ugh. Undeserving little bastard.
Good Boys versus Dead... I almost said Dead Boys.
Oh my god.
Good Boys versus
fuck.
Deadpool.
Good Boys.
Yeah. And 21 Jump Street versus Good Boys.
I'm going Good Boys. I think if you watch Good Boys, I think you will like Good Boys. So go ahead and throw it up. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
It's all a mind game, baby. Next side of the bracket, we got The Nice Guys versus Tag.
I hate this. I love both of these movies so much.
Yeah, they are.
They're so good.
I watched Nice Guys for the first time earlier this year. I loved it.
It's so fucking good.
Loved it. Yeah.
Action, comedy, buddy comedy. Tag is a full-on comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to give, just by like a cunt hair, I have to give it to Tag.
Don't say that. That was weird.
He said it's Sopranos. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I agree. I do think The Nice Guys is very funny, and I love that movie a lot. It is also like, it never really loses its comedic tone, but there are parts of it that are pretty serious. Where Tag is like, it's just a comedy, and it's a good one. So I think there are very few good comedies from the 2010s, so I would feel wrong voting out like an actually good pure comedy.
Yeah,
unless it's up against another one. But
yeah, for sure.
This Is the End versus We're the Millers.
We're the Millers. No regrets.
I don't really like either of these, but
no regrets.
What We Do in the Shadows versus Booksmart.
I haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows, unfortunately.
Me neither. So
I'm not saying it, just click it.
Plan B is way better. I'll keep throwing that out.
I could have put both of those.
You could have.
Damn. Missed opportunity.
Grown Ups versus Spy.
I hate Melissa McCarthy. So let me get Grown Ups. Yeah. Grown Ups is funny. It has heart. Is it the best movie of all time? Hell no. It has moments.
Girls Trip versus Neighbors.
I find Girls Trip super fucking funny. Neighbors is also really funny.
Yeah, it is.
Let me get Girls Trip.
I love Neighbors and I think it's funny, but I just really detest like intense gross out humor, and the whole like clogged nipple scene just like turns me off from that movie.
You know what's not a good movie? Neighbors 2.
Yeah.
Movie sucks toes.
It does. The Big Sick versus Bridesmaids.
I said it once and I'll say it again. I hate Melissa McCarthy. I love rom-coms.
You don't like a lot of people in this movie.
Let me get Big Sick for sure. Who else I don't like in that movie?
Sorry, I'm thinking of Kate McKinnon.
Yeah,
who would have fit in with that movie very well, but she's not in it. I'm definitely not as big on The Big Sick as you are, but I did think it was funny. So, Tag versus We're the Millers.
Go ahead and tag.
Yeah, for sure. Booksmart versus Grown Ups.
Let me get the scene, man. I hate Booksmart. It's unfunny. It's unoriginal. I understand if a lot of people related to it and got it and understood it. I'm glad they have their Superbad. But for it to be praised more than Superbad is ridiculous to me.
Was it?
Bro, that thing has like a 97% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh. Yeah, I don't understand
critics were like, oh, this is my personal belief. I'm not saying this is everyone's belief or what happened. I'm saying people were like, I'm a critic. I don't want to lose my job. I live in Hollywood. I believe certain things. This movie's damn near perfect. And they gave it like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I'll say it again.
Social climate.
Plan B is so much better.
Unpregnancy is so much better.
Unpregnant and...
Yeah, that too.
Unpregnancy. Yeah, Plan B is so much better and an incredibly similar movie.
Now, let me go on record saying, I don't hate this movie just because it's women, even though I said the social climate thing. 8th grade, fucking hilarious coming to age movie of a woman. You also got the Are You There, Margaret? It's Me, God. Favorite movie of the fucking year.
Oh, I still need to catch up on that. I forgot.
Bro, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, it's based off of a book. And, like, I don't even read books.
You would be surprised how many movies you've watched that are based on
Yeah, I know that.
It is probably, like, close to 50%,
but
if
what
not
I'm saying,
more.
Before you cut me off, I'm saying is I would audio listen to that book in the car since I drive a car so much.
Yeah.
I would audiobook it just to get more detail because that character is so enduring and like you're just rooting for her the whole time that it would just make a book would make it's a perfect book the movie. What I'm trying to say.
Nice.
Sandman it is for me though.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Girls Trip versus The Big Sick.
I love rom-coms, but it's half rom, half com. Let me get Girls Trip.
You're not wrong. Tag versus Grown Ups.
I didn't think Grown Ups would make it this far.
Well,
But-
it's not going to make it any further.
Exactly. Let me get Tag.
And then Tag versus Girls Trip.
Tag.
Yep.
If I had a finals personally, it would be Tag and Game Night.
It almost was.
So because of that, I don't know. Hold on. Let me think. I like the Karam, the big friendship group thing in Tag a lot.
Yeah.
Let me get Tag. 21 Jump Street's great.
Exactly.
Neither of these are bad movies. Just the type of movie that I like to watch.
Well, if we're talking about the relational aspect of them, Tag, I do like that part of Tag, but with 21 Jump Street,
It's more personal.
it's more personal
one-on-one,
because
yeah.
it's one-on-one. And they do such a good job of developing them. Even from just how they ended up kind of knowing each other or knew who they were in high school to, becoming friends at the academy. And then, I always hate this part of movies because I just don't like it when friends aren't friends anymore. But, you have to have conflict because that's in if there is a movie about friends, they have a falling out at some point in time. It is going to happen. And I don't know a way around it. It feels too formulaic for me because it's it's going to happen. If there is a movie that has a friendship element, there is going to be some sort of odd falling out. Except for when one of the friends is in a relationship, and then sometimes the relationship is the falling out, and then the friend is the constant, a 50-50 or something like that. But I love that part of 21 Jump Street. I think 21 Jump Street's funnier, and so I'm picking it.
Disagree. However, 21 Jump Street is the more iconic, bigger movie. Tag, people forgot about Tag as soon as it came out. They got good reviews, but 21 Jump Street hits bigger points in different categories. So I'm going to go 21 Jump Street. Even though I think Tag is personally funnier. 21 Jump Street for me.
Sweet. Just couldn't handle losing another rock, paper, scissors match.
No, that was not the case. That movie came out, everyone talked about it.
Yeah, it's freaking great. Deservedly.
Yeah, deservedly great for sure. Iconic. The second one came out. People loved it as well. Those actors are tied to that role. Tag was something that someone saw and then probably other people probably watched on Netflix or whatever for a week. And I was like, oh, that was good, and just didn't come up because it's too wholesome.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, if you took... what am I missing?
Game Night, 22. Lady Bird.
Oh, okay, this side only had one. Didn't have a... Gotcha. I mean, if you look at our quarterfinals, if you take Grown Ups out and put 22 where Grown Ups was, our quarterfinals really were the correct, in my opinion, quarterfinals. So it sucks Easy A got knocked out so early because that movie is also really good and deserves to have been a little higher up, but just got an unlucky matchup.
Yeah. But let us know in the comments what should have won. Should we do a 2020? Has there been enough movies to get a good, solid comedy bracket out of it? I don't know. You're the fans. Let us know. And let us know what should have won. And subscribe to stay up for more brackets tier list top fives and movie reviews.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.